Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Full Year 2023 review. We're going to talk about a lot going on. AEW had somewhat of a good show to a build-up for a long-term tournament for the world title to a Texas Death Match that was good, but some of the stuff in the match should have just been left out. We'll talk about it. Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Full Year Review Show. Let's talk right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Timmy Dixon. Ladies and gentlemen, here on the Pro Wrestling Show for our AEW Full Year Review Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. What a show we have for you. So we ain't gonna waste no time whatsoever. For the AEW review, it's coming off the heels of the AEW review show. So we get things started with the 0-hour pre-show preliminary matches that were featured on YouTube and all the different accounts. Well, you see right here. Cesaro, Buddy Matthews from the House of Black. These two faction leaders were in the match tonight. What a match it was coming up. And you see no fanfare, it was just all wrestling, all bare bones about it. But like I said, it started with this. Cesaro gets the win over Buddy Matthews. What a hard-fought matchup it was throughout the whole entire event. Cesaro proving himself, proving his dominance tonight to take one for the team, one for the Blackpool Combat Club. I think this match right here made for Cesaro. Cesaro's been lately, I've been noticing that he's been in a lot of pre-show matches and stuff. Cesaro should be up there. Trying to go for a world title. Or they're just trying to build him up for a world championship. Who knows? But anything is good and coming. But Cesaro gets the win. Cesaro proves his might. So, good for Cesaro. Also, too, the Ring of Honor World Championship was on the line. It's Eddie Kingston defending his title against Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, a former Ring of Honor champion. Jay Lethal wants to be Ring of Honor champion once again. And we'll tell you a little bit later on in the show what involves the Ring of Honor championship in the Continental Classic tournament and how that's gonna be perceived and stuff. But like I said, Eddie Kingston and Jay Lethal put up a showing. Eddie Kingston won over Jay Lethal. Eddie Kingston beat Jay Lethal and moves on. Eddie Kingston proves his worth. Eddie Kingston showing the world that he is the Ring of Honor champion. Eddie Kingston will enter in that Continental Classic. So we'll get to see Eddie Kingston entering the Continental Classic the way he did tonight. Speaking of that, it was like 3 pre-show matches. And I'm kind of wondering what the psyche is on this. Why would you have the AEW champion, MJF, being your pre-show when you know he's the main event? But that's for another day, another story. Well, MJF, along with picking a partner, he had to pick a partner. He couldn't do it by himself. He picked Samoa Joe. MJF and Samoa Joe defending the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles against the Gun Boys. It was instant. Samoa Joe helped his team win. Joe paid dividends for MJF. MJF kind of what's going on with that. But it became that apparent. Even Adam Cole came out there. Adam Cole, we haven't seen Adam Cole in a while. He's been making appearances throughout the show, but never been in person. Adam Cole made his appearance along with Scruffy Beard. Cole came out there to help MJF and Samoa Joe retained their tag team titles. They did so. Also, too, I was kind of watching for clues, red flags, and it kind of showed me what the clues and red flags were. But I'll tell you a little bit later on what that went down and stuff, and how that's going to be. But MJF got attacked by the Guns to not defend his world title. Then MJF won by the sneak of his boot. MJF got into the ambulance and told Adam Cole to make a promise that he doesn't lose the world championship later on tonight. So MJF said he's making it within 3 hours of coming back to defend the world championship. That's the question. But we just have to wait and see. And we'll tell you this. What was going on in this picture right here between Adam Cole and Jay White over the Ring of Honor World Championship. We'll get to that in a little bit. But we kick off the show with three icons. The Radar Superstar Edge, Adam Copeland, like to call himself, donned some war paint, dressed like Sting. Sting was alone out there. Sting wrestling coming up in March will be his final wrestling match, his final AEW match. Sting wants to retire with Blaze of Glory, as well as Darby Allin. Darby Allin in the journey with Sting, as well as Nature Boy Ric Flair, who is Sting's gift to Tony Khan. So we get that. Well, to tell you this, Christian Cage, like I said, Adam Cole. This is the them dressed up as the War Gear. Edge coming up with making his trio's debut with Christian. Christian made it seem to be impossible. Christian coming out there with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne, his pupil. Nick Wayne, the pupil of Christian, the TNT champion, did not expect what was going down. I think with what's going on with that. But this huge six-man tag team match drew for the occasion. It drew for the occasion as well. What was going to go down between this huge six-man tag. I expected that Christian was going to lose his match. Christian abandoned his team, abandoned Luchasaurus, abandoned Nick Wayne, and left and said, "See you later, folks." Also, too, Nature Boy Ric Flair made a fight as well. He wanted to get physical as well. He did get physical. He did get physical with he did get physical with Christian throughout throwing some chops and stuff. Nature Boy Ric Flair alongside Christian, alongside Sting, Darby Allin, and Edge win the match for their team, that huge six-man tag team match. Well, we told you a little early on in the show that the AEW World title was up in question. Well, Tony Schiavone and the referee came out there to address that situation. The situation got addressed, and they was going to present the World Championship to Jay White since MJF didn't come out there. MJF told Adam Cole to stop. Adam Cole said that he will fight for the world title. And I was like, say what? You got one leg, you injured, you can't do it. And Adam Cole showing his consider. I don't know if I first thought like, is this a swerve or something going on? And a lot of people, I'm suspecting too that is Adam Cole the devil? Could be the possibility. Possibility could be that. But Adam Cole saying that he will wrestle just regardless if he had one leg or not. He don't want to see MJF lose the world championship the way like that. A lot of people are pointing those signs and stuff on what's going on. And so we're gonna get that later on in the show. MJF will keep his world championship if he can come in time and place. Adam Cole will wrestle for the world title, which I was kind of shocked at that, but it is what it is. kind of hard to believe that Adam Cole would want to do that, but hey, this is what it is. We'll talk about Ronda a little bit later too. What's going on with Ronda? Um, Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy defended the international championship against John Moxley. Orange Cassidy proving that he's a tough cookie with that comedy gimmick. Jim Cornette, he kind of proved the haters and proved the critics wrong. Even Jim Cornette likes to speak upon Orange Cassidy about his gimmick. His gimmick doesn't do nothing for the masses. That it's just cosplay. Um, doesn't like that one bit. I mean, he showed toughness tonight. I think Jim Cornette don't care about neither one. He calls Moxley the plumber and Adam called Orange Cassidy pockets. So it didn't probably suit his fancy stuff on how that went down and stuff tonight. But, tonight we get it. We get that Orange Cassidy retains his championship. He retains it in the grandest fashion. Well, speaking of that, we found out who was Tony Khan that talked about something about who was the pick. We found out it was none other than Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay will join AEW after he's done with his commitments in New Japan. So Will Ospreay, everyone kind of knew. I mean, that wasn't no big sign. Tony Khan trying to hype up the crowd and stuff. And now we know the big signing is Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay now will be AEW, a full-time AEW star. Will Ospreay will be coming in AEW. We kind of knew that was going to happen eventually. Sooner rather than later, Will Ospreay now making it official that he's going to be joining All Elite Wrestling. Kind of knew sooner rather than later he was going to do that. And a lot of the reasons is because lighter work schedule. He gets to stay home. He gets to stay. He gets to stay. He still can wrestle within New Japan whenever. If he was signed with WWE, it wouldn't be no case. So Will Ospreay, good decision, staying in AEW. So AEW has a relationship with New Japan. Will Ospreay now, the focal point now, and what he's going to do. Who knows? Could he be world champion next down the road? We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of that, Julia Hart wins her first championship. She's been pushed lately. She's been pushed heavily. And Julia Hart now is the TBS champion. Thank God. Somebody other than Chris Stanley. Chris Stanley ain't nothing against her. It's just she doesn't resonate with folks that much. And I think Julia Hart does. Her dark, eerie self. And Julia Hart, at only 22 years old, making a phenomenon, becoming the TBS Women's Champion. We'll see if she continue this reign. She's the third TBS Women's Champion. Since the first one was Jade Cargill. They didn't push her the way they should have pushed her. Speaking of women's champions, Toni Storm, I like her gimmick. She has been playing a full 19 old-fashioned classic Hollywood. Toni Storm wins the AEW Women's Championship once again. Toni Storm becomes AEW Women's Champion. Toni Storm. Timeless Toni Storm. How is she going to be timeless this time? Winning the AEW Women's Championship over Hiroshita. Hiroshida's been a great transitional champion, been a good transitional champion. Hiroshita giving timeless Toni Storm the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm being timeless already. Been the timeless champion, even pinning Hiroshita to win the AEW Women's Championship the way she has done it. See it right here. Toni Storm collecting the Women's Championship belt. So Toni Storm receiving her flowers. It kind of reminds you of that lady from Sunset Boulevard. If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about. The lady from Sunset Boulevard. She's been a ruckus as of late. But Toni Storm wins the AEW Women's title. for another record-setting time on the Storm. And, Lucy and based of what her abilities are in the wrestling world, how she kind of did what she did earlier to do what she needed to do. Tony Storm getting the nod. Speaking of that, this is what's the cringiest match I ever seen. I haven't, but we can tell you right here, this right here was brutal, cringy, and downright dangerous. Um, the Texas death match between Heyman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland was dangerous and bloody. You can tell right, Swerve Strickland paying the price. He even paid the price right here, getting blood on him and stuff. See, they did a spot where Heyman Page decided to, I don't know what happened. His Swerve had blood all over his face. And Heyman Page opened his mouth and started tasting the man's blood. I don't know about that. If you don't, that's kind of odd and it's kind of sick. But Heyman Page is a sick, twisted individual doing something like that. Take somebody else's blood. You don't know that man had. You don't know that man probably had hepatitis. That's hepatitis, and I don't think sometimes too you want to taste somebody else's blood. That's just sick and disturbing and twisting. But it's just sick. But hey, Swerve at the end, thank God, put an end to Heyman Page by choking him like in a hangman Page like a hangman did what he did. Heyman Page paying the price. This probably helped Swerve get into the Continental Classic, but at what price? That was kind of sick, disturbing, and twisting. I don't want never want to see a match like that ever again. But the AEW for they want to go to that bare bones style about it, but that was just sick and disgusting. Glad that match is over. It kind of said probably made Swerve a made man, but at what price? Swerve got to realize what price he's going to be taking to become a made man if he wants to his attempts and his goals to be AEW champion. I can see him become AEW champion sometime next year. He can stay on the course. So we'll see. Speaking of that, the World Tag Team titles were on the line. Ricky Starks defended the World Tag Team titles along with Big Bill against FTR, Bruce's group, and some other group, the House of Black or something. Ricky Starks and Big Bill retained their tag team titles, continuing their momentum. So Ricky Starks and them continued their dominance as tag team champions. Him and Big Bill was going to go forward for him and Big Bill next journey. Tells you right there what's going on. In our main event was this. MJF told you that he had time to come back. He came back all right. MJF came back in the ambulance. MJF started hobbling and walking to the ring. He didn't want to miss out on this opportunity. MJF started hobbling to the ring. He was motivated to go to the ring. He did go to the ring. And what motivation? They were trying to tell him, hey, just don't give up the belt. He didn't want to do that. MJF wanted to fight Adam Cole. Jay White. That's what Jay White had done earlier throughout the day. Jay White thought he was going to be given the belt. He stole the belt from MJF. Stole that man's belt. Did what he had to do. Now, the match was that. It was kind of tough pause for Adam Cole. But at the end, MJF reclaimed his belt and got his friendship back intact with Adam Cole. Adam Cole gets the belt, helps MJF gives his belt back. A lot of people are wondering, did Adam Cole be the devil that's been trying to play games with MJF? What's going on with that? We're still trying to figure out and buzzing about that stuff. But Adam Cole helped MJF get his belt back. Get his belt back indeed. So Adam Cole played different a difference maker tonight by helping MJF get the championship back that he so richly deserved. So Adam Cole helped out, paid dividends to MJF. Cole, along with MJF, getting the championship back, championship title. That played the role and it played the cost of what's going on. So that ends the AEW full gear review. We're gonna, say what stood out and what to look out for. Just right here, Adam Cole, MJF. That was a moment. Good storyline, good long term booking by AEW on that. That Adam Cole dumped out MJF, keep his belt, to keep the championship belt. That was intact for long. So we get to see that. And so good for that. Also too, the Sting getting a standing ovation. We could be his final time. We can show Sting right quick. Sting right here. Stinger getting his final ovation. Well, a final ovation for the Stinger it was. Sting getting that final ovation and stuff. That was a good moment for Sting in that moment. Also, too, Toni Storm winning the women's title. Toni Storm getting her moment in the sun and stuff. So the bad moment of the night was, it was good, but it went too far and too extreme. Hangman Page and Shane Swerve Strickland, they could have saved that. But I get it, but it was just too much, too quick for me. I was like, I get you want to tell a story, but you didn't got to go so deep like that. But they wanted to go deep. They wanted some attention. They got the attention, all right. They got everyone talking about it, including me, yours truly. But it was just, to me, spot like that shouldn't be glorified like that. But know how that go. All right, we move on to wrestling hot topics. On wrestling hot topics, we talk about what's going on beyond wrestling. Be right here, Nick Hogan. Son of legendary liar, professional wrestler Hulk Hogan, was arrested, put out beach for a DUI. And your Hulk Hogan don't try to tell his kids they gonna keep on doing what they want to do. Nick would learn his lesson, but Nick ain't here to learn his lesson. Nick Hogan arrested on charges again. That went down for Nick for Nick Hogan. So we'll keep an eye on this and see what's going to go down. The TMZ had reported on this matter in the case. Also, too, Santos Escobar trying to turn heel again. He'll meet Carlito next week at Survivor Series. We'll see that in Survivor Series and what's going down. Speaking of that, WWE superstar Marquez Ford got millions of reasons to be happy. He's going to be competing for the tag team titles next week. But Montez showed on his Instagram that he's been doing bodybuilding. Also talk about body dysmorphia, when your body is kind of odd shape and stuff. Montez wanted to go in bodybuilding, and he did. So, look impressive. Look at impressive physique. So, well, Tony Khan elaborated about this Continental Classic. That Continental Classic started this Thanksgiving Eve. 12-5, no interfering, nobody in the ringside. When it becomes the Continental Classic champion, the Ring Honor champion, and the New Japan sponsor, I was confused. I'm like, Continental, you're gonna bring another championship in? Then you got to clarify it's gonna be like a winner. The champion will be the winner. So you got to clarify stuff like that. Make things you bringing in new titles. So, so apparently you bringing Will Ospreay here. No, Will Ospreay going in the tournament. Don't be shocked and surprised Will Ospreay wins this damn tournament. So however that's going to be. So, I don't know what's going on. Drop that. All right. That's going to do it for the AEW Full Gear Review Show. I'll be your host, Kenny Dick, saying we'll see you tomorrow for the Raw Ring Report. See you then.